As more details emerge about how her household help, Sangeeta Richard, went from a happy employee to a renegade, also mystifying other US government's actions. They knew that Devyani was pursuing a legal case against Sangeeta in India. They knew that Sangeeta had gone absconding and tried to extort money and privileges from Devyani. Why then did it act against Devyani and not Sangeeta? Is this a giant conspiracy that is slowly unraveling?
This family is very nice. I don't ever feel like I'm their household help. The children also call me an aunt. Even Madam is very nice. She always keeps laughing. That was the letter written by Sangeeta Richards, the household help who is now at the center of a raging diplomatic controversy between India and the United States. Devyani Khobragade, the same woman who Sangeeta called a kind and cheerful employer, was handcuffed for mistreating and underpaying Sangeeta. Did something change drastically, or is this part of a conspiracy?
We're confident that if we do have to address the charges, she will be completely vindicated.
There are several strands in the Sangeeta Richards story that Government of India finds extremely intriguing. The fact that she used to work for the American Embassy, the fact that her husband continued to work for the American Embassy at a senior diplomat's house, and the fact that just 2 days before Devyani Khobragade was arrested, Sangeeta Richards' husband and 2 children were ferreted out of India on board an Air India aircraft. Was the State Department and the US Embassy not in the loop here? And if they were, why was Government of India not informed?
भारतीय कंस्पिरेसी हो नहीं सकती तो और फिर क्या हो सकती है? और कंस्पिरेसी का मतलब ही नहीं कि राष्ट्रपति से नीचे सभी लोग उसमें इन्वॉल्व हैं. कहीं ना कहीं किसी तो पुलिस के स्तर के भी हो सकती है, कहीं ना कहीं किसी अधिकारी स्तर पर कोई ऐसी बात हुई है जिसको हम ये तो नहीं कह सकते कि बड़ी मासूमियत की गलती है, ये तो नहीं कह सकते हैं.
Now we feel that she was either spy or planted on us. We must consider some of the facts. Now we discovered that her mother-in-law work in the US Embassy. Her father-in-law work in the US Embassy. He stay in the house provided by the US Embassy in Delhi. That she was doing everything, the false case, false allegation, to get a sympathy of the US government and get a green card. Right. Now I feel that even she was planted by somebody.
According to information exclusively available with India Today, the US government has formally recognized Richard as a victim of human trafficking. A New York-based organization that is representing Richard has said she's currently in the US under continued presence status. Richard is being assisted by Safe Horizon, a New York-based agency that helps victims of crime and abuse. With Gaurav Sawant and Virendra Singh Gunawat, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Saurabh Shukla, editor, Mail Today, is joining us from New York. Saurabh, in India, the External Affairs Minister is very clear. He said that India will not rest till the case against Devyani Khobragade is dropped. What is the sense that you're getting on the ground there?
I'm just outside the Indian mission in New York, and I've had a chat with some of the senior officials there as well. You know, the mood is very clear that the U.S. government has to apologize for the act, what they've done to Devyani. It's, completely, I'd say, a sense of outrage that the officials here have. And they are saying that besides that, Devyani Khobragade has to be sent back to India. That's a stand that India has taken. So as of now, Devyani, as we talk, has joined the Indian permanent mission to the UN in New York. That's been done to make sure that there is a diplomatic shield. Because under the Vienna Convention, the U.S. itself recognizes diplomatic missions like the Indian mission to the UN and the Indian Embassy in Washington to enjoy the diplomatic immunity. So that's been done to shield her from any further trouble.
Also, Saurabh, how is the American media covering this? Has Preet Bharara, the attorney who ordered Devyani's arrest, has he made any media, appearances? Is this a big issue there in the media as well?
Not really. One thing is very clear that, yes, this issue has certainly been, on my way to New York. I did talk to a lot of Indian Americans, several of them who have spent many years here, and were talking about the good relationship that India and the US have. But certainly this incident has clouded that. So much so that, for instance, Air India had issued a small advisory to its staffers coming on the New York leg of the flight to make sure that they don't get into any problems with the customs there. Because obviously, certainly people see this as something which is clouding the relationship, something which is also clouding the people-to-people contact in some ways, because there has been a huge outrage. But I don't see this playing out in a big way in the US media yet, but certainly in days to come, we will keep you posted.
Saurabh Shukla, live from New York, Foreign Affairs editor for Mail Today, will also be giving us in-depth stories here on Headlines Today. Thanks so much.